Hello and welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Today we're going to take a look at a former footballer and successful businesswoman's secret life as an accountant for a £1 million drug gang that was exposed after the police swooped in to arrest her at the airport. Faye Dunn once boasted a portfolio of companies across a range of sectors, but now the young mother is beginning a prison stretch of nearly 4 years in jail. The 38-year-old's sporting career alone would be the envy of many. One highlight of her time in football came 20 years ago as a promising teenager playing for England at youth level. Miss Dunn, then 18, helped her team qualify for the semi-finals of the UEFA European Women's Under-19s Championship. She netted goals during 2 of the Lionesses Group's games during the tournament against Denmark and Switzerland. The box-to-box midfielder turned out for the Tranmere Rovers before joining Leeds United in 2003. One documented appearance for the former came after she bagged a hat-trick against Southampton in November 2000. Although Miss Dunn was sent off whilst facing the Doncaster Belles in March 2002. She was later interviewed by Leeds ahead of the game with her former side. She said of the upcoming clash, "I enjoyed my time at Tranmere and I always look out for their results, and we will all be going out determined to try and get 3 points for the Leeds United ladies." After hanging up her boots, Miss Dunn, a well-known figure in the Hoyton area, would give back by setting up Onside Sports Academy. The aim of the community interest company was to support young footballers whose dreams of playing pro had been shattered after being released by clubs, ensuring that they secure gainful employment rather than going off the rails. This is one of several dictatorships she will go on to hold. Company house lists interest in a legal firm and a recruitment company. Her business empire also extended to a restaurant and a popular children's play centre. Over in Spain, her epoxy resin flooring supplier showed some promise, but the mother of two's fortune turned in 2020. COVID-19, lockdowns and their consequences saw her business falter. Liverpool Crown Court heard that this was the catalyst for Miss Dunn becoming involved in the underworld, although evidence pointed to her money laundering exploits beginning in December 2019. She operated under the handle StiffNinja on the encrypted communications platform EncroChat, which was commonly deployed by criminals in keeping their dealings secret until the network was hacked by authorities during 2020. Messages revealed that she had been involved in the supply and production of cannabis, being described as an accountant for an organised criminal enterprise. She had also smuggled cash to Spain, boarding a Portsmouth to Santander ferry with money hidden in her trousers. Nicola Daly, prosecuting, said, "She played an operational role within the drug supply chain, but appeared to have significant influence upon others in the chain, facilitating meetings between criminal associates in relation to the supply of controlled drugs, and also instructed others to undertake tasks such as the collection and movement of packages of both drugs and cash." Significantly, she appears to have acted as the accountant for the organised criminal enterprise and has concealed not only her EncroChat device, but also cash when travelling abroad in order to evade detection by authorities. Miss Dunn of Walpole Avenue in Worcester was eventually arrested at Manchester Airport on June the 13th in 2020 as part of Operation Venetic. She remained silent under interview, but later pleaded guilty to conspiracy to supply cannabis and money laundering. The fallen entrepreneur was seen to be in tears at various points during sentencing. At Liverpool Crown Court, Miss Dunn wailed and said, "I can't believe it," as she was led down the cells, having been jailed for 3 years and 9 months. Sentencing, Judge David Potter said, "It is a tragedy to see a young woman facing a sentence of imprisonment after leading a life full of past and continuing achievements. You should have been thinking about your 2 young children when you became involved in serious organised crime." The ex-footballer screamed as she was jailed for her involvement in the plot to import drugs. In court, it was heard that Miss Dunn and her father, Michael Dunn, had used the encrypted communications platform to smuggle and supply weed. One message from Miss Dunn to her dad, who handled and supplied the cannabis, said, "You reckon you can move 5 trees from by you over to by my mate, or is it too risky?" He responded, "Not tonight, roads are too quiet, can do it tomorrow." Days later, she had brought an £11,200 watch through one of her business accounts. The image of her tick list and an accounting record found on EncroChat showed Miss Dunn had made the total of £1,155,548 smuggling drugs. Miss Dunn had also asked her dad, "Can you ask around and see if anyone wants any kush please mate?" He responded, "We'll ask Billy, but they will have to be dropped up by him." In other messages sent while on a trip to the port of Santander in Spain, Miss Dunn said she feared she was being tracked by the authorities whilst hiding cash in her trousers. Her messages read, "I reckon this van has got a marker on because it was as if they were waiting for me. I blagged a fella and made him half forget, so he let me just do him. If it was a problem, they wouldn't have let me go. Plus, I didn't act one bit phased, so I think they were happy that I was legit. I had another little black bag on me, and I hid it between the paperwork I had on me. I didn't let them go near the other black bag, and I put the other one down me kecks behind me back, and was just talking to them to half distract them. I took off all my jewellery except my wedding ring. If I call you on normal and say Liverpool, get this phone wiped." Dunn was involved in smuggling around 24 kilos of cannabis and laundering £654,800 of dirty money. She was arrested at Manchester Airport on June the 13th, while her dad was stopped by the police on July the 11th. They had both admitted conspiracy to supply cannabis and money laundering. Miss Dunn was sentenced to 3 years 9 months for her role in supplying the drugs, and her dad was handed a 2-year suspended sentence. Sentencing, Judge David Potter said, "The recent events in the city show how innocent people can get caught up in a spiral of violence and organised crime groups. Quite simply, cannabis dependency wrecks lives. It was into this trade that you have both willingly participated, with the sole intention of significant financial rewards. I accept that you are a woman of effectively good character, a highly intelligent, successful, motivated sportswoman, entrepreneur, and a mother of high-achieving children. You came to this trade as a result of your failure of your businesses due to the coronavirus pandemic. You took your considerable management skills into the trade of drugs. It is a tragedy to see a young woman facing such a sentence of imprisonment after leading a life full of past and continuing achievements. But you should have been thinking about your 2 young children when you became involved in serious organised crime." Thank you for joining us today. What are your opinions on the crime committed by Miss Dunn and her father? Do you think the sentences were too harsh or not harsh enough? Please let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like and share, and if you're new to the channel and you want to see more Street Crime UK content, hit subscribe and press that bell so you can join us on the next video. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, stay safe.